welcome back to my channel. Today is the day that I finally decided to sit down and do a baby update. I can't believe I haven't done one yet, and I was looking back through old videos that I made with Layla and like, what is wrong with me? I was so good at staying on top of baby updates, but then I realized it's because I wasn't vlogging, and since I'm vlogging I feel like I'm kind of updating everyone on like what's going on, but then kind of not. So I will be better because I love baby updates and I really want to do one with Casey. That is what I wanted to do originally. This is a busy time of year for him, but he did say that he would film some videos with me just because I think that we need a video of how we're feeling about everything. Although I feel like that has changed a lot. This has definitely been shocking and not something that we had planned. Casey originally wanted 2 kids and now I'm pregnant with baby number 5. So, you know, things change and it's all meant to be and I'm really grateful. But if you watched my announcement video, it took me a second and I was really nervous to post that video because I just never want to come across insensitive or to not show that I'm so grateful to be able to have another baby, because I really am. The timing was just really challenging and I think that was really confusing to a lot of people, also because I love babies and I talk about babies and I talk about how much I would love to have more babies, and that is totally true. I do love babies. I have loved having babies and I can't wait to have this baby. So it's really hard to explain that at that time in my life, I feel like I was finally okay with where I was. I was okay with the fact that I now have an adult child who's moving away and going to be living in the world without me and experiencing things without me. And that's okay. And that my little ones were in school full time and that they don't need me as much. And I was talking through those things with myself and becoming okay with where I was in life and kind of seeing the positive things about that, about having more freedom. I was thinking about going and working at a salon and doing hair or doing something that was kind of just for me. And I think that because I had kind of started to really focus on the positive things about where I was in life, that it was just like, oh, now it's like shifting to a new mindset of no, we're gonna be back in baby mode. We're gonna be doing that again and starting over, and I'm going to have this sweet little baby, and I'm so excited that it's going to depend on me for everything for the next few years, which is so great. It really is, and I am so excited. Being a mom and feeling needed has been the biggest blessing in my life, and it motivates me and it pushes me and it drives me in so many other areas in my life, as well as being a mom, and I love it. I love that feeling, and so I think it was really confusing. It was really confusing for me also, and it was painful for me to feel the way that I felt when I found out. But it is how I felt in that moment. And I was really scared. I was scared of how everyone around me was going to feel about it. I was really scared about the kids. I was scared about, you know, doing it again at, you know, being so much older and having kids that were older and having such big age gaps. But what I know is that it's going to be so great. My kids have been so excited. My older 2 are so excited and have just talked about different things that they want to do with the baby and how excited they are to spend time with the baby and to help take care of the baby. And that brought so much peace to my heart, and I'm just so grateful for them. And the little 2 couldn't be more excited. It was so sweet to see Winston's reaction. He started crying because he was so happy, and when we told Braylee that we were pregnant with Winston, she had the exact same reaction. She started crying, and I just think that it's so sweet that they express their emotions that way. It was just such a sweet moment, and I'm grateful. So that was really helpful to be able to just let go of that fear that my kids were going to be upset in any way. And maybe it was silly to think that because they have been so excited, but I was just really so nervous. I also want to thank you for all of the comments on that video and all of the messages and DMs that you have sent to me. They've all brought tears to my eyes in some way. Some have made me laugh so hard, and that was something that I really needed, was humor to get through it, you know, to be able to laugh at the situation, because it is really funny. It is really like crazy how life works out sometimes, and I've been so grateful for people in the comments and messages and my friends that have laughed with me about being older and having kids and having these big age gaps. And a lot of the comments have brought me to tears because you were vulnerable with me and you shared with me your experiences. And even though my experience and my reaction was different than yours, it's just about being honest, and it's just about connecting, and it's about sharing those raw emotions. And it doesn't have to be the same, but just to understand each other and to know that we're all doing our best, and no matter what, to give ourselves permission to feel the way that we're feeling at that time. And I always want to be vulnerable, and I always want to share those feelings because I want you to feel safe to share those with me also. And so I've been really grateful to read those messages. They've meant a lot to me. I really can't thank you enough for all of the comments. I've just loved it. I was so nervous about telling everyone. I was like, let's just wait. Let's just wait until I'm like, can no longer hide that I'm pregnant, because I don't want to hear what everyone has to say. I was so nervous, and the response has been just so great. Like I said, I've been laughing so hard that I'm crying. I've been crying along with you, and it's just been just so special. I did know for a while that I was pregnant before posting, and during that time I was so sick. I was so incredibly sick. And this has been the same for my past 3 pregnancies. When I was pregnant with Braylee, I wasn't sick at all. Like at all. And then with Gage, I was like a little sick, a little nauseous for the first couple months, but nothing too bad. I was still working and functioning like a normal human. With Winston, I have never been so sick in my whole life. And it was really, really difficult. And I had never experienced that, and I didn't know to expect it. And it was probably one of the lowest times in my whole life when I was pregnant with Winston, and I was so happy. I was so happy to finally be having another baby, and we wanted him and we tried for so long. And then I got so sick, and it, like I said, was an experience that I had never been through before. And it really, really messed with me mentally. And it's not something that I talked about because I didn't want to come across ungrateful. And I was so excited to share my pregnancy journey, and I was so excited to be adding to our family. Now, going back and looking at the videos, I understand where I was at that point in my life, and I can see that and I can recognize that. But it's so hard for me to think of how helpful it would have been for people who are in the same situation. There are so many women who were probably experiencing the same thing that I was at that time, and they didn't dare speak up or share their feelings. And maybe it would have been a comfort to someone. I know when I was first pregnant with this baby, I went back to look at videos from Winston and Layla, especially Layla's, because I thought, okay, with Winston's I was more filming like on set, and so I could see why I wasn't sharing as much. With Layla's, I was filming at home. And so I went back and watched those videos, and I did the same thing. I mentioned it a little bit, like, I'm not feeling good, but it's okay. I've been really sick, but it's okay. And again, looking back, I can see where I was coming from. But I was there looking for comfort for myself and not finding it. And I don't know. And so it just made me think I could have maybe been a comfort for women who were experiencing the same thing. So I don't want to sugarcoat how awful it feels to have morning sickness. That lasts all day, every day, and how it really can mess with your mind mentally. And I think it is so important to talk to someone, because when you don't feel good day after day and it is consuming, it's hard to get out of bed, and it's hard to function, and it's hard to do things that you normally just do. It's hard when you have other kids because you feel like such an absent mom, and it's hard to have the patience that you normally do have. And it's hard because as grateful as you are to be experiencing this and knowing that you're gonna have a sweet baby, it's so hard to feel like you're being a bad mom to your other kids because you're in survival mode. And it just feels like you're coasting through life and you have to kind of shut off some emotions because it's so overwhelming. So if you're feeling that way, I think it's really important to find someone who feels safe. I did have some experiences trying to talk to people about how I was feeling, especially with Winston, because it was kind of shocking, and I did get the response like, well, you wanted a baby. Well, you've wanted a baby for so long. And that was really hard because it just added to the guilt that I've already felt for feeling so terrible and being, you know, kind of just a mess because of it, and needing someone to just be like, oh, I understand. And I'm so grateful. There were a couple ladies from my church who would come and visit me once a month, and they just would listen and they totally understood. One was also experiencing the morning sickness and going through that, and the other one was a nurse. And I'm just so grateful that I was able to have those conversations with them because I didn't feel like I was going crazy or like I was ungrateful. They just understood, and that felt so good, and I'm so grateful. And then also my mom. My mom was really, really sick when she was pregnant with me, so she also understood. But we were living in California, so I didn't get to talk to her as much. But when I would text her, she would just be like, oh, I know, it's so terrible. You know, just to have someone who gets it and you can kind of like vent to, that they know that you're so grateful, but it's just really sucky. It really sucks. I also recommend that you talk to your doctor and tell them exactly how you're feeling. There are different medications you can take. There's medicine you can take. You can figure out what's right with you. I don't like taking medicine. It's just not something that I like, and I avoid it most of the time unless it's needed. I do think that there is a need for medication and medicine, and I'm very grateful. I've taken Zofran, and it helped me to be able to function. It just made me feel so much better, and I could not have gotten through, you know, I'm finally feeling better now, but the past few months I couldn't have gone through it without having medication. So I recommend talking to your doctor. My kids just got home from school. Anyway, like I said, I am feeling better. I swear at 14 weeks, and I kept reading like, when does morning sickness go away? And they kept saying 14 weeks. At 14 weeks, I woke up one day and I was like just doing stuff. I actually went into the laundry room. I had washed laundry. I was taking it out of the dryer, and I was folding it. And I was like, do I feel better? Do I have energy? Am I really folding this laundry as it's coming out of the dryer instead of just adding it to this heaping pile of laundry? Because I still had to do those things, right? As a mom, I had to make sure the kids had clean clothes, clean underwear, clean socks, uniforms, and I was washing laundry and just piling it on top. And we were just digging through the clean laundry. And I was folding it, and that's when I was like, I think I feel better. And then throughout the whole day, I was like treading lightly, like, don't get too excited. I was like, I'm still feeling pretty good. I'm still feeling pretty good. And I have mostly felt good since then. I've had a few days that I've been sick, and I've had a few evenings that I haven't felt good, but I am feeling so much better. I feel like I got my life back. I feel like I am a present mother once again, and I'm so excited, and I just really, really hope that this energy and feeling good lasts through the holidays, because I just want it to be special. And I know it's going to be even more special once the baby gets here, but I want this holiday season to feel special for the kids. You want to say hi? Layla got home from school. How was your day?
Good.
Good. How are you feeling about having a baby brother? Layla was hoping for a baby sister, but are you pretty excited about having a little brother? She did say, I am happy that I won't have a little sister getting into my makeup, but what she doesn't know is that little brothers get into makeup too. It will be so fun, and you're going to be the best big sister. Are you so excited? Yeah? I'm so excited too, you little cutie. Okay, go get changed because you have dance.
Do I have dance on Saturday at 10?
I don't know for sure, I can't remember. Something that has been different with this pregnancy is that I haven't felt as anxious. When I was pregnant with Layla, especially with Layla, I don't know why I felt so anxious and nervous all the time. And I couldn't really pinpoint what I felt so anxious and nervous about. With every pregnancy, I feel like in the beginning I felt a little anxiety about something happening to the baby and that worry. And I think that that is something that a lot of expecting moms feel. The hormones that come with pregnancy are real, and they can just be different than what you're expecting them to be. And I think the anxiety can kind of be a result of the pregnancy hormones. And I think you always need to remember, no matter what you're feeling or how you're feeling, it's okay. You can feel that way. You are allowed to feel however you're feeling in your pregnancy, and that's okay. Okay, some other fun things about this baby. Even though I was sick for 3 months, really sick, I felt better if I ate carbs. I was really craving like crackers and cheese. So I was just laying in bed eating crackers and cheese. Not a great diet, and I have gained a lot of weight, but that's okay because it did make me feel better for a little while, and then I would get sick again. And I'm like, why carbs? Why is it the carbs that make me feel better? Why can't it be like vegetables or drinking a glass of water, which I also craved. I really craved water with this pregnancy, but I can't drink too much of it. Or, I mean, I can now. I'm feeling better now, but I couldn't drink very much or I would just be so sick. But I am grateful that I've craved water. I absolutely hate soda. Soda grosses me out so much. I cannot drink it. I had thought like, oh, root beer sounds good. And I went and got a root beer and I took like 2 drinks and I was like, that's awful. It just grosses me out. And normally I love soda, so that's really weird. I've also really loved juice. I've been drinking a lot of juice and raspberry lemonade, which I don't normally drink. I don't normally drink a lot of lemonade or juice, but I have craved carbs. Any carbs make me feel better. Bread, donuts, crackers, and I have craved cheese, and then also water, juice, and lemonade. Interesting. I've already gained about 10 pounds, maybe more. And I'm not focusing on that, although now that I'm feeling better, I am making healthier choices with what I'm eating, and I feel good. Like I can eat a salad now and feel really good. So I'm making healthier choices because I am a little nervous about after I have the baby. I will be older. I don't know what it's going to be like, and it just makes me a little nervous. Even though I know it's going to be fine, it doesn't really matter. It just makes me a little nervous, and I just want to be healthy. And I know that I will want to, and I know that I will want to be healthy and have a healthy lifestyle once I have the baby. So I just don't want to be like eating all the cheese and crackers and it's fine. Gotta have some vegetables too. Also showing a lot faster with this pregnancy than my other pregnancies, for sure, like a lot faster. I'm showing so much more with this baby, which is also fine. It's kind of fun, but also I'm scared about how big I'm going to be at the end of this. I don't know, everything is just feeling a little different this time around. I'm so tired, so exhausted all the time. I'm lacking motivation for a lot of things, but I'm really trying to work on that and listening to certain vibrations and music that is uplifting, and I don't know, but also just allowing myself to feel the way that I'm feeling and just being okay with that. This is for sure never happening again. So I do think that I'll have another C-section, so this will be my 5th C-section. My doctor feels okay about it. He hasn't had any concerns. I think where I have had such big age gaps that it makes him feel a little bit better about the situation. And so I feel good about that. I've been really lucky to have had 4 great C-sections as far as the procedure and my recovery. And I'm going to the same doctor that delivered Layla, and so I feel really comfortable with that. Something that I've realized is that my experience having C-sections isn't always the same as other people's. And I do get asked to share my experience with having C-sections, and I'm happy to do that. I just know that it can be different for everyone, just like giving birth can be different for everyone. But if you would like to see a video with me talking more about what to expect and what happens with a C-section, I would be really happy to do that. I actually had a friend who had a C-section a few months before I had Braylee. I didn't have a planned C-section with Braylee, and I had always been terrified of C-sections, but she talked about how great her experience was. And so when I knew that Braylee's delivery was going to be a C-section after 28 hours, I felt more comforted. Where's the fly? I felt less nervous about having a C-section because, I felt less nervous about having a C-section because I had had that conversation. So let me know and I'll share that. I also had someone say you should, this made me laugh so hard, say you should share your experience with having kids in the 2000s, the 2010s, and now the 2020s. And it just made me laugh so hard. I was like, have I really been having babies for 20 years? Almost. Yeah, almost. Braylee's gonna be 19. I was 19 when I had her, or when I got pregnant with her, but I was 20 when I gave birth. But I will have now had a baby in 2004, 2014, and 2024. So that just made me laugh. I would also love to do a video about that and just talking more about my experience being so young and having babies, and then, you know, being in my 30s having babies. I'm still gonna be in my 30s, guys, when I have this baby, but I am a little older. So let me know. Let me know any videos that you would like for me to make. I know this update is just all over the place, and my next video I will be more prepared, but I just really wanted to film this today and just share some things about this pregnancy that have been fun and challenging and really hard. And I just felt the need to share those things in case any of you are going through the same things or have the same questions or concerns. So let me know if you have any other topics that you want to talk about or any other questions that you have, and I will try my best to answer them. I mean, I know this is my 5th time, but I still feel confused all the time and like it's my first time. But it is, I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it. Anyways, I will show you a little belly shot of my fast growing baby bump, and then I will see you in the next video. But I don't know if I mentioned, I'm almost 17 weeks. Look at this belly. Will this be a big baby boy? I don't know. Winston was my biggest baby. But there it is. Yeah, Winston was my biggest baby. He weighed 7'10". Braylee and Gage both weighed 6'10", so that was really funny that he weighed a whole pound more than they did. And then Layla was 6'9", so we'll see. I'm just so excited. Also, I'm probably gonna ask this a billion times because we don't have a name for this baby. So if you have any favorite baby boy names, any favorite boy names, because he will eventually be a grown-up, let me know in the comments so that we can figure out what to name this baby. I don't know. A lot of people have said Hunter, but we have family members with the name Hunter, and then also Gunner, but we have family members and friends who have Gunners. So we can't use those, but I would love to hear any others that you think would fit with our family. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.